Hey podheads, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Starbuck, aka Prince of Dorkness, and today is my day off reading comics. It's gonna be a long one, so stick around. Let's talk comics. Hey podheads, it's your Prince of Dorkness. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure that you give me a big thumbs up and smash that like button. Ring the bell for notifications so you know when I have new content coming up. This show I do weekly revolves around my day off reading comics, and it is just a quick thumbs up, thumbs down review of the books that I read this week to tell you whether or not you should pick these up either weekly or in collected edition when they come out. So without further ado, we've got a lot of books to cover this week, so I'm going to be real quick, and let's get started. Our first book of the week, we've got Hulk #7 by Donny Cates, Martin Coccolo, and Matt Wilson. This book was beautiful. It was bright. It had a very cool ending, which I don't like to give spoilers, so all I'll say is Thor smash. Pretty awesome. Check it out. Big thumbs up for Hulk #7 this week. Next up, we've got Action Comics number 1043 or 1043 by Johnson, Federici, Conrad, and Luridge. This is the we're still kind of concluding the War World saga. This book was really kind of a story about inspiring others. There was a backup story that was like the myth of Mongol, which was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I would give Action Comics a thumbs up this week. If you haven't been reading the War World story, this Mongol storyline, you might be a little lost, but, you know, eventually we'll be onto something new. I liked it. Thumbs up for Action. Next up, we got Spider-Man 2099 Exodus #1, featuring Winter Soldier 2099. So in this book, we got another, of course, cameo from Ghost Rider 2099, which is weird because he actually does seem like a ghost. And did anyone else notice he has a chainsaw hand? Is that new, or is that just me, or what's going on? But I just got kind of some Evil Dead vibes going on there. Really liked Spider-Man 2099 this week. I thought it was better than last month's issue. I think that the Alpha issue didn't really do a whole lot for me. Hated that cover, but this one I really enjoyed. So thumbs up for the Spider-Man 2099. Coming up next, we got Scorched #6 by Sean Lewis and Steven Segovia. This book was pretty fantastic. I will say that I enjoyed the book. I enjoy what's going on in the Scorched, but if you're reading the other books, and I've said it before, it is kind of hard to follow, and that's because each book is kind of a very independent storyline, where it's supposed to be like a shared universe. It's not that shared in anything other than that these characters are all in it together. Because reading one doesn't help you understand the other. They're kind of different storylines going on in each one of them. So all aside, I really still enjoyed Scorched. It was a good book, so thumbs up. All right, coming up next, New Burn #7 by Chip Zdarsky and Jacob Phillips. This is a great book every month by Image Comics. I've really kind of enjoyed the kind of storyline, the pacing that goes into this kind of detective style story. You get to see more about New Burn's kind of strange moral code in this issue after one of his employers is murdered. So I would say it's definitely a thumbs up, especially if you like that kind of... It's kind of like a Kirkman, like a Thief of Thieves type of story, but without the bad guy being the good guy. Kind of. Check it out. It's a thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. Coming up next, we've got Alien #12 by Philip Kennedy Johnson, Salvador Larroca, and Guru FX. So I love this cover. If you guys can see it here, of course I'll do overheads of everything. But I really love this cover, which is good because I'm ready for this book to change. This issue focused on Jane's group continuing on their journey to get off-world. The problem that I have with the Alien franchise is that apart from Ripley, yeah, pretty much Ripley, the story doesn't have characters that live long enough or have enough backstory for you to care about them. So here we are. What are we? This is how many issues in? We're 12 issues in, so a year of this book now, and I have to take notes as to what the main character's name is, just because it's not. It's hard for me to care about them because I know the aliens are just going to kill everyone. Maybe there will be a survivor, but that's about it. So I want a story that's set in the alien universe that builds more world and keeps characters important to me. Might be a tall order because Dark Horse wasn't really able to do it. And so far, Disney Marvel hasn't either. So it is what it is. We'll see. I'm going to give thumbs down to Aliens. It's issue number 12. Coming up next, we got Ghost Rider number 3 by Percy Smith, Peoples, Poggi, and Valenza. Ghost Rider continues to show a lot of promise. This book was, I say promise very questioningly because this was kind of a filler story, I feel like, which is not maybe such a good sign on the 3rd issue, but we'll see. In this issue, though, we do have a couple of cool moments as we see Johnny basically drawn to a patch of highway that needs to be redeemed. I'm going to give the series a thumbs up right now. I'm still enjoying it. I still had a lot of fun. You get to see like a ghost truck. It's pretty awesome. But this was not the strongest issue of the series so far. But all around, definitely a good one to check out. See if it gets better. All right, so next up we've got Batman Fortress number 1. I got this book without reading the solicitation. Didn't really know what I was getting into. This, of course, is the first of a mini-series. Superman is away, and alien activity occurs. And of course, without Superman, Batman definitely has to step up and take over. We'll see how this one goes. It's really hard for me to say. I'm going to give it middle of the road. It wasn't bad. I mean, the story was fun, so I'll definitely keep reading it, but it's kind of mediocre so far. We'll see how it continues. This one is by Witta, Robertson, and Rodriguez. But yeah, we'll see how it continues on. Next up, we got Tech 1060. This is Tamaki, Shamus, Grace, Reyes, Lapham, Mickey Anderson, and Mulvihill. Lots of people went into the making of this book. Detective Comics 1060. We got another one of these Lee Bermejo cardstock covers. I love these covers, which is awesome because DC's doing a shit ton of them. In this issue, Bruce goes on a date, and the Riddler riddles. It was an okay issue. I'll give it a thumbs up. I think you'll like it. If you're a Riddler fan, keep on with the storyline, because I think it's going to be real Riddler-centric. Coming up next, we've got Gunslinger Spawn. This one is the one done by McFarlane and Booth. This is issue 8. This is my favorite of all of the Spawn books right now. The fight that was promised at the end of the last issue, when I spoke so highly of how it ended with Gunslinger about to get into a fist fight with a bunch of drunk rednecks, we got that fight. It was pretty awesome. It was a good filler fight, if you will, but all around, I did like the Gunslinger book this week. The art was fantastic. The storytelling was fun, and it didn't try to make me think too much. I really like this one. Definitely give Gunslinger Spawn a check out. It's a big thumbs up for me. Coming up next, we've got Moon Knight number 11. I don't know who worked on this one because my variant edition does not have the creative team. Uh, this issue has our titular character fighting the Zodiac in what seems like kind of a long story. Yeah, it's about 11 issues in the story arc. So I imagine they'll be wrapping that up pretty soon. But we're fighting the Zodiac now, and the Zodiac's kind of, I feel like, has kind of reached his full potential as far as villains are concerned. So, and that's basically just an anti-Moon Knight. He's just got the black suit on instead of a white suit. But all around, I've really been enjoying Moon Knight. It's been a fantastic story. It's easy to follow. The characters are diverse, but also recognizable. So, big thumbs up for Moon Knight. Definitely worth your time. Coming up next, we've got Punisher number 3 by Aaron, Saiz, Asaceda, and Stewart. This book was awesome. I think maybe last month it got Book of the Week. It's still really good. We got more of this story with Frank becoming the Beast of the Hand, leading the Hand to do what the Hand does. And we get flashbacks again into Frank's past. These flashbacks are fantastic. They give us a whole lot of story as to how Frank got to where he is now. And it has a pretty crazy ending. You know, as if you've been reading it, you already know Frank's wife has been brought back to life by the Hand in order to motivate Frank to do what they want. And something's happened, and she just remembered their kids. And so the last panel of this book I thought was really fantastic. You'll have to read it to check it out. I'll try not to show it on the overhead. But big thumbs up for Punisher. This is a great book this week. Coming up next, we got the Amazing Spider-Man ASM number 2. Zeb Wells, John Romita Jr., Scott Hanna, Marcio Moniz. I really like this cover, the MJ and Peter cover here. You know, I wasn't reading comics through the Brand New Day. Is that what it was when they did the whole MJ Peter split? So I don't have real strong feelings about it, but I do, as a casual reader that's come back recently, I do kind of wish MJ was in the picture and kind of more of a normal thing. But that's just me, and maybe I'm unlike everyone else. But I liked this book. I like this cover. I like this issue. This issue was... so I still don't know what Peter screwed up 6 months ago. Again, those of you that have been following ASM, please let me know in the comments below. If I've missed something, catch me up. If not, I'm just assuming that we're eventually going to be told the backstory as to what Peter did 6 months ago that's basically ruined his life, made him broke, made everyone dislike him. Aunt May doesn't even trust him. It's a bad situation that he's in, and I'm really curious to know what happened there. In this book, we get a fight with Tombstone. It was a fun book. I like the storytelling. It's easy to follow as to what's happening in the now. So definitely check out Amazing Spider-Man number 2. We've got only the 2 issues. I think number 1 was a good starting on point because that's where I jumped on. So check it out. It's worth reading. Coming up next, we got Black Panther number 6 by Ridley Landini and Mia. This book has continued to surprise me. I've never really been into the Black Panther books in the past, but I like this one. It's got like a kind of a 007 feel with like political espionage and betrayals of people that should be loyal to T'Challa. All around, I mean, it's a good book. In this issue, we get to see Shuri call in some backup for T'Challa. And pretty much T'Challa just gets beat up by everyone. Like, he gets beat up by the Royal Guard. He gets beat up by Storm. It's a fun issue. I really enjoyed it. Thumbs up for Black Panther. Coming up next, we have the Batman 2022 annual. So I've only been reading Batman for, I don't know, 6 months now or something like that. In this book, Batman turns over Batman Incorporated to Ghostmaker. There's some dissension over this decision. Some people disagree with all of it. But in this issue, you basically see that it looks like Batman made the right choice on it. Seems like a good idea so far. All around, like I said, I haven't been reading current Batman for that long, so I don't really know the whole Batman Incorporated storyline. I only came in at the end of it when Luthor was in control and created Abyss and that kind of thing. So I don't really know what all is going on. If you want to tell me in the comments, that's awesome. But otherwise, it looks like it's probably wrapping up pretty soon. I don't know how much longer it's going to take up real estate in the existing storyline. Thumbs up. I enjoyed the Batman annual. And with annuals, they're generally kind of jumping on points anyway. It's kind of giving you an idea of where the story is moving forward to. So I think that everything looks fun so far. Coming up next, we've got Justice League Road to Dark Crisis. Of course, this is going to be the big summer event, your typical onboarding for the big event, that is. In this one, we basically cycle through the different teams. We get some Nighthawk. We get some John Kent. We get the Flash, whichever Flash is after the main Flash in Central City. We've got all of these kind of sidekick characters being cycled through and telling their experience right now as the Justice League are dead. I don't know why the Justice League are dead. I'll be interested to find out if they tell me. All around, though, it looks like the event will be fun. I'm signed up. I've reserved all of the books except maybe the Flash, but I noticed on my last order it looked like I did get it. So I think that I've got all of that event and the tie-ins coming. So I'll keep you updated on that. Coming up next, we've got our book of the week. And you know what? It's been a long time since this title has had a book of the week in my eyes. But this was a fun book on so many levels, and this is the 2022 annual for Superman Action Comics. This is A Tale of Two Titans, Mongol's secret origin revealed. I love the cover. It's got this classically, retro colored cover. It's super fantastic. This book was wonderful in its storytelling. It was wonderful in its art. It was a joy to read this week. And it was a cool story. It was the type of Superman story that I really enjoy. It's the type of story where you get, this one in particular, you get a story of Clark's upbringing. So it's a very much a Ma Kent story that, in my case, I got to find out story parts about Martha Kent that I didn't know. They may be retcons or new, I don't know, but cool storylines that I didn't know, as well as this fantastic dichotomy, because it's not just an action comic story with a Mongol backup. It's a flash back and forward of Clark's childhood and Mongol's childhood, and effectively the lessons that they learn from their mothers. So it's wonderful. It was incredibly touching on one side and brutal on the other. And like I said, it was my favorite book this week. So check it out. Definitely check out the Action Comics annual. I really enjoyed it. For those of you that stuck around all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for checking it out. Thank you for joining me every week. I appreciate you. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and comment below. Let me know what you want me to film next. I'll be doing a review of the new Firepower hardcover that by Kirkman that just came out from Image Comics last week, so that will probably be my next video. And then I've got a couple of other things that I'll likely be doing in the following couple of days. My schedule has changed because I'm now, at least for right now, I'm going to be off Friday. It looks like Friday, Saturday instead of Thursday, Friday. And even then, I've got a lot of work to do on my weekends in my new role. So Thank you so much for sticking around, folks. I love you. I appreciate your support. Podheads, you are the best. And make sure to remember, folks, when all else fails, take a nap. Good night.